tonight. The Cup Day action for 1998 about to get underway with the Ford Livet Hurdle. Tembo Tembea, Tarbob, Leading Bounty, Bright Spot, all given excellent chances. Jonesy's Fly around about the $14 mark. Let's go over the page and take a look at the remainder of the field and see what they're showing. Definitely Marlborough number 15, a chance at $6.50 and $2.70. Just before they jump in the first, a quick update from Tim Gossage on the Foster's Melbourne Cup.
Yes, big go, Jezebel, number 22. It's been plunged off course, 12-1 into 8-1, the best back runner in the Cup.
High above this massive crowd at Flemington on Melbourne Cup Day 1998 in the commentary box is Dan Malicki, and with him is Gary Willits.
Yes, good morning, everyone.
Gary.
Pardon?
They're getting set, Mr. Newby, the last one to come up, Gary.
Yes, he should run pretty well too.
All set. Good money for Marlborough. It's been the best back runner, particularly very late. Racing on the first event on Cup Day 1998. Away well, Jonesy's Flyer down to the inside. Tarbob will get back early, and Tidal Roll got out fairly well. Tembo Tembea handy as they jump the first hurdle. A little wider was Leading Bounty. Mexican Sage didn't jump it all that well, and he'll tail out to near the rear with Bouncing Rhythm. At the second obstacle, Salad Touch all but fell there. He buckled on landing and lost about 5 lengths. Very lucky to stay on his feet. Marlborough and Tembo Tembea are together. Jonesy's Flyer third, Tidal Roll was fourth. Wider out Mr. Newby around Leading Bounty. Midfield, the inside was Salad Touch after that poor jump earlier. Then Lord Foster, Tarbob, not getting as far back today as he usually does. Adventure one off the fence, Bright Spot 3 out. Deeper still is Mexican Stage. And then Montana Magic and Bouncing Rhythm at the tail of the field. Marlborough, Tembo Tembea, two of the favourites are together. Marlborough now taking over clearly as they come down to jump the fifth obstacle down the straight, a bit over a lap to go. He's keen to run Marlborough, and he races clear by 5 lengths. A horse back in the field, Adventure, didn't jump it too well, got squished after the jump and goes back to last. Marlborough setting his own tempo out of the straight and leads by about 6 lengths. Tembo Tembea second, Mr. Newby up to third. Leading Bounty fourth on the inside of Bright Spot. Then a length and a half away to Mexican Stage, who races wide around Tarbob and Jonesy's Flyer on the rails. Salad Touch between runners, Bouncing Rhythm taking off 4 deep around Montana Magic. Lord Foster's back on the inside from Adventure, and Tidal Roll was now back to last. Marlborough only a length and a half in front at the 1800 metres. Tembo Tembea running second. Third Leading Bounty, and fourth is Mr. Newby. Bright Spot getting a nice run, fifth on the inside from Mexican Sage, who's always been wide. Midfield, the inside, Jonesy's Flyer from Tarbob, and Bouncing Rhythms out 3 deep. Montana Magic also covering ground around Salad Touch and Lord Foster. Adventure second last, and Tidal Roll at the rear. At the jump of the 1400 metres, and Marlborough in front. He's been heavily backed in this and leads by 2.5 lengths. Tembo Tembea's away from the rails. Mr. Newby around him, 3 out, now getting closer to the leader. Leading Bounty on the inside, fourth, and then Mexican Sage and Bright Spot, 6 the inside. Bouncing Rhythm 3 deep, then Tarbob midfield in the red colours. On the rails was Lord Foster, outside of it Montana Magic, and then came Adventure. Next Salad Touch from Jonesy's Flyer, who seems to have lost his spot back on the inside. And back to the tail of the field was Tidal Roll. 1,000 metres left to travel, and it's Marlborough again, 2 lengths in front. He dipped over that, he all but sold out Marlborough. He's 2 lengths clear of Leading Bounty, and Bright Spot working into it nicely. 2 to Tembo Tembea, put under some pressure, fourth. Lord Foster next the inside, and then came Mexican Sage. Tarbob's running into it, getting into 6th spot, but he's winding up. They've got 600 left to go on the Cup Hurdle, and the leader Marlborough. Bright Spot second, Lord Foster on the inside, Leading Bounty fourth. Tembo Tembea 4 wide, Tarbob running on but 5 deep. Into the straight, 500 to go. Marlborough in front, Bright Spot went up to him quite comfortably. Tarbob runs on, and then Tembo Tembea. Bright Spot the outside of Leading Bounty as they flatten the panel. On the outside, Tarbob, Marlborough battling on, but he looks a spent force. Bright Spot hits the lead, Tarbob after him. Tarbob, Mick Patton going up to Bright Spot. A length and a half to Lord Foster and Marlborough. Bright Spot's in front, he kicked again from Tarbob. The jumping's over. Bright Spot's going like a winner. Tarbob won't get him, and Bright Spot wins it by 2 lengths to Tarbob. 4 away, Lord Foster third, then Marlborough. Next in Tembo Tembea. Further back in the field to Montana Magic. Then came Leading Bounty, Jonesy's Flyer, Adventure, then Bouncing Rhythm, Mexican Sage and Tidal Roll. And back at the tail of the field, we had Salad Touch. And we lost one along the way, Mr. Newby. There he is. He's didn't complete the course. He's officially pulled up at about the 600.
Yes, well, that's a great win to Bright Spot. Jamie Evans, Mick Patton fighting out the finish. But Jamie, he got some great news yesterday. He's been offered a contract to ride in the UK for 5 years, which is a feather in his cap, Danny. I know he's worked hard to try and get it. Here they are, just going over the last fence here. One on the inside, Bright Spot, ridden by Jamie Evans. Michael Patton on Tarbod, two of our best hurdle riders, because this is a lot of these horses are prepared for this race like it is a Melbourne Cup. But I know Jamie will be absolutely wrapped, because I doubt if he'll ride here again for a good while, Dan, and he's been a great ambassador for Australian racing.
And one of those perfect rides, it seems to go with the winning rider, a perfect ride, but that's right. Probably why they win the race. And Jamie, you'd have to give him 10 out of 10 for that.
Oh, it was a beautiful ride. And we remarked before the race that this horse actually dead-heated the last day of the carnival last year in the Queen Elizabeth.
A Group 2 race with Vitaman, yeah.
That's right, yes. But, no, it's great when you see these great jockeys. You know, they get their chances and they deserve all the money they get, these boys, because they take some bad falls. I know Jamie's had some bad falls. Mick Patton and a few of these boys. 4, 2 and 11 are official. Fourth in number 15, Marlborough. Only his second hurdle start and he was keen to run. Spent force on the turn, battle on for fourth. And the weight probably stopped Tembo Tembeya. Brett Scott gave him a good ride, but he wasn't strong enough. Now, the time there, 3:29.4, which is only 0.8 of a second outside the track record. So to indicate track's good, but certainly on that faster side of good. So we've got 4, 2 and 11, Bright Spot, trained by Terry Whitford. Terry, of course, prepared this horse to dead heat in the Group 2 race last year, so he must love the Flemington Carnival over Melbourne Cup week, and he's with Mark Aston.
Yes, good on you, Dan. Great performance. What a wonderful way to start Melbourne Cup Day.
Oh, terrific. Just to have a runner is something to bonus, you know, but to get up and win like that, yeah, terrific.
If you don't mind me saying, Carla, your daughter got very excited.
Oh, yeah, they get a bit excited, the family.
What did you think?
I nearly had a heart attack. I had my fingers in my ears and my eyes closed all the way around. I couldn't watch until the very last hurdle.
And $600 you bought this horse for?
Yes, or Dad did.
Tell us about it, Terry.
Yeah, we bought him with that. It's cost a bit more since then, but I mean, that's what we originally paid for him, yeah.
And a beautiful ride by Jamie?
Oh, yeah, look, Jamie, you know, I knew he'd ride him well today, you know. Like, last time he got set a bit of a task impossible, and, you know, he dehydrated after the race, that sort of thing, so, you know, it took a bit to get him right this time, but, you know, no, he's done a really good job.
Well done. Congratulations. Great start on Cup Day to you both.
Terrific. Thanks very much.
OK, Pete.
Mark Aston down there with Terry Whitford. Congratulations to the winning connections. Well done to Jamie Evans, one of our finest jumps jockeys. Numbers 4, 2 and 11. Candidates return to scale. Foster's Melbourne Cup Day for 1998 is underway. We'll take a break and return with the weight signal and the dividends on the Ford Livid Hurdle. A huge crowd has witnessed a spectacular start to Melbourne Cup Day 1998, and the formalities about to be completed now after the Ford Livid Hurdle, where the numbers were 4, 2 and 11. And we have correct weight. Weight is right, brought to you by Maggi on the first, 4, 2 and 11 for Bright Spot Jamie Evans, Tarbob Michael Patton and Maud Foster Willie Harnett, 4, 2 and 11. I hope you've backed the first winner, and with correct weight now we can see what it paid on the first race. So let's take a look at the Super Tab dividends with Dan Malicki.
$7.20 for the win, $2.40 for the place. That's for a $1 investment. Tarbob $1.80 and Lord Foster's $6.60. Quinella $18 even, and the trifecta, a good one to start the day because first and second were well in the market, $1,031.60.
4, 2 and 11 the placings on the first, and there you have the Super Tab dividends. I hope you've got off to a bright start. Look at this magnificent scene as the people are rolling into Flemington from everywhere. As Tim Webster reported earlier, on the train they were packing them in, and of course the car parks are filling up rapidly here. I think we're going to go very close to the magical 100,000 here for Foster's Melbourne Cup Day 1998. And just repeating, if you're just joining us, that the temperature here in Melbourne is around 29 degrees Celsius. There is hardly a cloud in the sky. You couldn't tailor-make a better day. And is that one of the presidents there?
Former president.
Yeah, nice to see him popping in. And of course the fashions are so much a part of this carnival, and these pictures being seen around the world today in almost 60 countries. And the showpiece is Flemington, beautiful Flemington. And she's going to be seen at her brilliant best today on this her day of days. All right, they're getting set for the presentation in the first, and I believe that we are ready now, so let's go to our Master of Ceremonies. Good morning to Rob Gaylard.
Yes, good morning. Thank you very much, Peter, and welcome everybody here. The first event on the program today, of course, the Ford Livet Hurdle. To represent the VRC and make the presentation, ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Mr. Robert Hutter.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. It is an early morning, but it's a beautiful morning to start what's going to be a fabulous day's racing. And we've got off to a great start with the Cup Day Hurdle. I'd very much like to thank Ford for sponsoring this race, and it's my pleasure on behalf of Ford to present the trophy to Mr. Terry Whitford, who is the owner and trainer. Well done.
Yeah, well done to Terry. I was actually walking down towards the studio with Terry before the telecast began today. And they always say that you should go with that if you see someone, you know, the first person you see. I'll tell you the first horse I saw today, as we take a look at those final dividends. Jen and I were arriving this morning. I think we saw Perpetual Check at Bart Stables.
You know who I saw as I walked on?
Who?
A very large, buxom woman in fishnet stockings dressed as a witch. What does that mean?
Well, it means you're pretty happy. In fact, is that her?
That's her.
Almost on cue. Thanks very much for that, Rich. Let's have a look at the tote figures for the second. The Dr. Lee Wins Private Formula 1700 metres. See if Richard can predict the winner here as well as he just did then. Lady Baton, $6.30. Talac Toff, $6.10. Blondini, $4. $6.80 for Branter. They're the ones in the betting. As we go over the page, we'll get your selections, Jen, and take a look at these other ones. So, selections?
Well, I'm going with number 8, Branter. I thought she's probably not racing as best as she can at the moment. In her last two, she's got back and she's run on strongly, and I think she's got a very strong chance in this.
Rich?
I'm going with Branter as well in a pretty weak race. I think she's probably the best mare in the field. 13 barrier won't help, but I think she's the one to beat.
Johnny?
I like Talac Toff. Her form's around Sandown, but she's drawn a nice gate today. Vlad Jurek to ride, and I think it'll be hard to beat.
I thought Blondini, number 7, to be ridden by Larry Cassidy, had an each-way chance here for race 2. The Dr. Lee Wins Formula over 1,700 metres. Well, hopefully we'll find you a winner throughout the day. Milton Black had a bit of success on the Saturday meeting, the Derby Day meeting, a bit better than we did. And let's see if he can find some more winners here as we go to the break now for race number 2 at Flemington, coming up at 5 minutes past 11 on this delightful first Tuesday in November. Help from Milton Black for you to find a winner on Foster's Melbourne Cup Day. So I hope you're taking notice of all these name suggestions, best colours, lucky numbers. And Jen, that probably was the way to go after Saturday because they were coming home without names on Saturday.
Yes, it brightened up a little bit towards the end of the day on Derby Day, but it was hard early.
So there you go. If you're a Virgo, and Richard reckons he is, but there are a few people here disputing that.
Hello.
Your lucky numbers are 1, 5 and 9.
Well, 1, Doremus.
There you go. It's all over. It's all over. Well, speaking of Doremus, I don't think any of us who were here last year will ever forget that wonderful day last year, 12 months ago, when those two great horses, Doremus and Might and Power, strode to the line. And of course, Might and Power won by that much. I'm sure our next guest won't forget that day. He is the owner of Might and Power, Nick Moratis, and he's with Tim Gossage.
Peter, thank you very much. Nick, a year ago to the day was the greatest moment of your life, I'd imagine.
Well, actually, it wasn't until after the race, Tim. It's like everything else, you know. I've never been to a Melbourne Cup before till last year. As much as I love racing, I just found it's a great race to come to. And when I arrived last year, I was, like everything else, I was just hoping. Never in my wildest dreams that I thought that I was going to go over the Cup. And still, it's happened 12 months ago. very, very hard to comprehend that that it actually happened to me.
Well, he's home in the yard at the moment, but at the moment, you're here on Cup Day. You've got to have a cup tip for us. Who do you like?
Well, I suppose it's only because I like the horse a little bit of Skybow, and Yippee-Yo-Yo because he's from the stable. We're just hoping. I know he's not going as good as he'd like to, but you just never know. He's a horse that wants a bit of ground, and he may just rise to the occasion today like our horse did last year.
Well, we're looking forward to Might and Power racing on Saturday in the Queen Elizabeth. Will he definitely start?
Well, definitely. He's pretty fit. He's worked very well today, and everything looks okay for Saturday. So we'll be looking forward to seeing him here. Racing is unbelievable here in this state, and he's just so proud to be here amongst so many people.
Good on you, Nick. Thanks very much and have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much.
Nick Moratis, the owner of Might and Power, looking forward to Saturday. Just repeating the news, Jezebel, the best back runner in the Cup, 12-1 to 8-1, Peter.
All right, Tim, thanks very much to Tim Gossage and thanks to Nick Moratis. And speaking of Might and Power, the man who was sitting in the pigskin 12 months ago is down in the mounting yard now with Mark Aston. His name is Jimmy Cassidy.
Well, a man who knows all about Melbourne Cups is Jim Cassidy. He has won 2 of them, which is 2 more than me. Great moment for you last year, Jim.
Yeah, it was fantastic, and who knows, we could be there again today.
Well, you're on Yippee-Yo-Yo. What chance do you give the horse?
Look, he's in with a good hope. He's big plus. He's trained by Alan Denham. They know what it takes to win the big one, and we just reflect back to Caulfield. Could be the Caulfield hoodoo, first run at the track. He's done everything right since. He's worked well at Flemington. He's eating well, so he's doing everything right going into the Cup. So, the rest is in the lap of the gods.
She's drawn beautifully too, 3.
That's the good thing. We're going to have a nice run, probably, maybe 6, 7, 8 lengths off the lead, and, we just got to have a cosy run, uninterrupted run, and one thing I know, he'll run the 2 mile.
It's a great day, isn't it, Melbourne Cup Day?
Look, there's no other day like it. It brings the crowds out. Fantastic weather today. It should be a big day.
Jim, good luck in the Melbourne Cup. Thanks for joining us on the 10 Network.
Pleasure, thank you.
Jimmy Cassidy in the mounting yard with Mark Aston. Well, it's time now to find out the selections from the experts for the Foster's Melbourne Cup of 1998. And Jennifer, what's yours?
I like the mare, Jezebel. I think she's going to go very, very close. With 51 kilos on her back, she should be very strong at the end of this race.
Richard?
I'm going for the horse named after me, the Faithful Son. I think I tipped him since he ran in the Caulfield Cup, and I'm sticking with him.
Let's see.
I'm along with Richard. I think Faithful Son will win the race.
Yeah, I think he's the class horse of the race, and I think if he runs the 3,200 metres, then I think we'll see Frankie Dettori doing the star jump in the mounting yard after the Melbourne Cup.
How do you think you ride him, Pete?
I think he'll settle him probably in the first third of the field, and I think he'll move him off the rail going down the Maribyrnong side, keep him uncluttered.
If he gets a little bit crowded and buffeted, that could be his problem, Faithful Son, because we saw that a bit at Caulfield.
Well, all those questions are going to be answered at 20 minutes after 3 this afternoon, but the good thing, we can predict the future, because we've got Milton Black, and we're going to take more of a look at his prognostications for the day as we go to the break. We hope you're enjoying the early stages of our telecast from Flemington today. It's Foster's Melbourne Cup Day, 1998. You're watching it live around Australia and indeed in many parts of the world through Network 10. To take down, being an Aquarian. What is this? Lucky numbers 3, 4, 7, 12, 14. Black and white. Collingwood supporter. Oh, the day's just tailor-made for that. Technology, unpredictability, media and friends. That's got me written all over it.
It's the omen.
Shouldn't have done the form last night. Anyway, there are Milton Black's suggestions for Melbourne Cup Day, 1998. And as we continue to look through them, let's go to the mounting yard now, because runners are there for the Dr. Lee Wins Private Formula 1700. As the name suggests, it's over 1,700 metres at 11.05. Scratchings are 1, 2, 10 and 16. And we're just awaiting a rider for number 17, Macedon Girl, which we'll bring to you as soon as we have it. Now, there looks as though there may be a slight problem with Lady Baton there, number 3. Damien Oliver went to mount and is waiting on Terra Firma. $6.10 has shortened up a little bit. What chance?
Well, she's nice and relaxed there, Peter. She was tailed off at Terang, so that was a little bit of a mystery, but Damien Oliver takes up the ride here. And a bit of a gear change. She's got the tongue tie off as well, so very weak race, and I think she's some chance in the race.
Number 4, Jennifer, is Talak Toft, to be ridden by Vlad Jurek, trained by John Allen at Ballarat.
Last start, it was a very fast-run race, and it really did suit Talak Toft. The start before, she got back and she ran on very strongly. She's some chance in this race for sure.
Listening Shore, number 5, Brett Preble rides for Stuart Webb at Cranbourne.
Linsing's got well back last start and ran on quite well at Moonee Valley. Now the blinkers are off here. This is a lot easier race as well, so she's got to be some sort of chance in this race.
I thought Blondini, number 7, had an each-way chance. Larry Cassidy takes the ride for Morris Campbell, one of the great names of the turf.
I agree, a definite chance in the race. Fairly ordinary at Geelong, though, 2 starts ago for her, but a horse that can run on as well, and her last start at Werribee was very good.
And you like number 8, Branter. Eddie Wilkinson has the sit here for Peter Fell.
Hasn't had a great deal of luck at her last 2 at Mornington and Flemington, and she's another one that does like to get back in a race, so I'm sure she'll be running on at the end. She's a strong chance.
Well, the warning siren has sounded here at Flemington, so we better keep an eye on the situation because Lady Baton is still in the mounting yard as we go to number 12, and that is Beja Floor. Peter Mertens rides for Robbie Griffiths.
2 starts ago, very easy winner there, and I think this is a bit harder, though, for her, so at best I'd give her a rough place chance. I must say at Bendigo, she didn't have a great deal of luck there. You could probably forgive her for that run, so if you're taking a trifecta, maybe a value chance.
They've taken the saddle off this horse, Lady Baton, so I think it's going to be a late scratching here. We'll get the announcement officially. I think it's coming through on the course broadcast now. There she is, moving away, number 3, Lady Baton, a late scratching. So an important late scratching here in the second event on the program. Let's go down to 13, Auntie Hilda. Chris Muntz takes the ride.
Only had the 9 starts and has been racing extremely well around the Riverina area. The Freya horses, when they come down from Corowa, are normally quite competitive, so maybe a place chance here.
And Smoochy Smooch is going to have her supporters just because of the name, I think.
Blinkers back on for Smoochy Smooch, and I don't like her chances.
All right, sum it up quickly, Jen.
I'm going for 8, Branter, to win from number 4, Talak Toft, and number 7, Blondini.
Blondini each way for me. They're going to the stalls. We'll be back with the second at Flemington after this break.
Close that gate, Bernard. Big Preble, thank you. Mickey, just walking around the circle, please. Kevin, just walking around, please. Keep going, Mick, thank you. Thank you very much. Stewart, I'd say. Yep.
Almost set to go at Flemington. Lady Baton, number 3, a late scratching. Macedon Girl, the rider, Jason Patton. Here's Dan Malicki for the second.
Blondini, the favourite, and the mares are all locked away. Racing now. Auntie Hilda away fairly well over on the inside from Smoochy Smooch. Will race forward in the early part. Likewise, Vicky. Listening's Joy, Blondini a little wider out. Beja Floor midfield, Macedon Girl around it, but going forward. Then Skagamio Lady drifting back with Strictly Jazz, but it's also wide out. Talak Toft will get back to second last early. And Blue Thunder Lady will settle down at the rear end of the field. Branter is up racing about 4th last. Smoochy Smooch in front. Listening's Joy is back about midfield. Blondini gets to second, so Vicky's third. Smoochy Smooch in front, Blondini second. Vicky's behind the leader on the fence. Then Macedon Girl and Auntie Hilda 5th, a length and a half away. Beja Floor. Strictly Jazz right off the track, and on the inside of the pair was Listening's Joy. They were followed by Talak Toff, who races on the inside of Blue Thunder Lady, who's covering ground. Brant is in the centre, and a length and a half to the grey, Scargamio Lady. Inside the 800, Smoochy Smooch is in front. Macedon Girl wide out, has had a tough run though. Vicky's on the inside and Blondini in the centre, the favourite. Then Artie Hilda away from the rail. Strictly Jazz wide. Beja Floor midfield. Listening's Joy off the fence. Talak Toff goes through along its inside. Brand is swinging wide as they turn for home, and last Scargamio Lady. Into the straight, Smoochy Smooch the leader from Blondini, hunted along. Artie Hilda, Blue Thunder Ladies in the clear, then Vicky. Talak Toff getting through, and then Listening's Joy, Beja Floor and Branda running on. Smoochy Smooch the leader, Talak Toff after it. Here's Branda running on strongly, and Listening's Joy weaving through the field. Branda wide out, hit the lead. Listening's Joy trying to cut it down. Branda in front of Listening's Joy, and then Talak Toff. Branda led, Listening's Joy coming at it. It's Branda, Listening's Joy finishing hard inside of it though, and got up. Listening's Joy won it from Branda. Talak Toff has run third, then Smoochy Smooch. Artie Hilda next in from Blue Thunder Lady, Beja Floor, Vicky's Scargamio Lady, then Strictly Jazz and Blondini. It was a disappointing run. Macedon Girl has finished a long last.
Listening's Joy, Brett Preble again. He's in great form, this boy. He's riding very well. Drove it along the inside and held the others off. Riding in very good form. Here they are, arrowed here. You can see he's weaved his way here. He's had a bit of trouble getting a run for a while. And he's driven it up inside them here. About 3 off the fence. Really got to the line very strongly. To hold off Branter, I think it was, that got home on the outside.
Just wanted to hang in over the last 150. Brandon may have even got to the front a little too early for her liking, and it gave Listening's Joy something to claw back, and even Talak Toff kept going with Listening's Joy. Decent run. Blondini, I thought, was
had a beautiful run.
Very disappointing.
Yes, gave up a long way out then.
Smoochy Smooch 4th and Artie Hilda 5th. So official numbers of 5, 8 and 4.
Yes.
Now the time, not probably as relevant because they don't have a lot of races over 1,700 metres, but it's 1:42.8, which is only 1.4 off the record.
And here they are here coming at straight. Now the winner's about 4 off the inside rail, 3 off now in the green. And right on the outside is in the blue and white hoops and red cap is Branter. But Brett Preble really gets to work on the green here, gets up inside, goes to the line very strongly.
Got to the line well. She appreciated the drop in class today, and it'll be a big thrill for trainer Stuart Webb, who's with Mark Aston.
Yes, Dan. Stuart, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Fantastic performance. What about the ride?
No, excellent ride. He got in a lot of trouble up with the straight, and he didn't made the right moves and got out when he needed to, and she got home. So
tell us a little bit about her.
She's a mare that I had as a yearling. She's by Sir Tristram horse called Lysting out of the Hermes mare, which is quite a good cross, the Sir Tristram Hermes cross. She's probably my stable favourite, particularly at the moment. We've had her as a young horse and been a very good handy mare for the owners. So.
And she is something special because I understand she was your first winner ever as a trainer.
At Sale she was my first ever winner, so it means a lot to me to have her win here today.
Good on you, Stuart. Well done, congratulations. And you've got another runner later in the day?
I've got one in the next Naphill. She should be in the other division of this race. She should be fairly competitive in that, and then 2 later on in the last race, Ruling Region Chicago Baby. So hopefully both with hopes.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Stuart Webb there, Pete. Very happy.
Thanks to Mark Aston, and wouldn't it be something if we're talking to Stuart Webb after the running of the next event, which is the second division of this race with Knapp Hill, and it's got a good chance too. So Listening's Joy, the winner, Brett Preble returning to scale, Branter, Eddie Wilkinson second, Talak Toff, Lad Jurek third. Time for the trip, 1:42.8. We'll take a break from Flemington and be back with the correct weight signal and the Super Tab dividends on the Dr. Lee Wins Private Formula 1700.